Hey guys, today we have a really special guest. She's a fisherman, a travel junkie, and an adventure seeker. We're gonna talk about long form, short form, and all things in between. So if you're planning to create content, this interview is for you. Let's go. So Lauren, you're a fishing, travel, and adventure creator. I'm dying to know more about that. So what's your creator story?
So I actually started because I was very early in the spearfishing game for women.
Oh, wow.
There weren't a lot of women in the sport at all. There still aren't that many.
But that's something in your family that it's a thing, or?
No, I'm the first in my family. I didn't know anybody that spearfished. I was really interested in it, and I just went.
Here in Miami?
Right, here in Miami.
Okay.
So basically it started off as a way for me to be able to analyze how I was doing, like how my shots were, what I was doing wrong, if I was moving improperly, just how to improve my technique. And then it kind of developed into basically proof that I shoot the fish that I'm posting on my Instagram.
Nobody believes you.
No, a lot of, I heard through the grapevine, because I have friends that work at dive shops and friends that are friends with other spear fishermen, and they were like, Lauren, everybody says, like, I don't think she shot that fish, there's no way, all this stuff. So I'm like, you know what? Go to my YouTube channel, you'll see me loading my gun, shooting the fish, doing everything from start to finish, so you can't question me. So that's how it started, basically. And also I loved showing my friends like the underwater world, and
it's amazing.
It's so easy just to kind of discount what's underneath the water, because most people, all they see is this.
Yeah.
You know, they just see a blanket of blue and they don't really get to see what's underneath it. So I thought it was really important to be able to show that to people.
In that moment, you started YouTube, or you started Instagram, or what?
I started Instagram first.
All right.
And then I had friends that were on YouTube, and they were basically saying like, Lauren, you need to get a channel. It'll do really well. So I was like, okay, why not? Let's try it.
And you remember the first posts? Like they were like super homemade.
They were super, I mean, very short, very
and
like
cringe, you know, like everybody when they start.
I don't know about cringy, like, because I wasn't talking to the camera yet. It was more just like action shots. I mean, I definitely see an improvement in my diving technique, so maybe that was a little cringe, but no, I mean, you gotta start somewhere, right? So.
Yeah. And how much time took from Instagram to jump to YouTube?
Oh man, I'm not quite sure. Maybe a year or two.
You started talking to videos when you were on Instagram, or that was a thing when you jumped to?
No, Instagram, at first it was not videos, it was just photos.
Ah, you're from the beginning of Instagram.
Exactly.
the
I'm old.
Yeah, me too. I just turned 30 and 40.
I'm not too far behind you, so. But yeah, it was just, it started as photos. So you would basically hunt and then just show your catch, and it wasn't really that whole like start to finish process that everybody could see.
At the beginning we were all doing photos and the frames.
Oh,
and
those are awful. The filters.
Yeah, the filters.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued because it's a really niche thing, because ocean, there's a lot of things, but a lot of people, but spearfishing, how would you describe your niche? It's only spearfishing, or it's sea
So
enthusiast?
it started as spearfishing. Now it's more, travel, adventure, hunting. Because I do a lot of like now I'm starting to transition to incorporating more land activities as well. So.
And what does relate with land activities? Cooking, let's say, or?
Well, cooking. Also, like just having different experiences on land. Like we'll do trips in the desert on side-by-sides and stuff like that. Just like fun, adrenaline.
You're an adrenaline junkie, adventure.
Yes, definitely.
When your hobby turns into kind of a job, do you lose the love for the hobby, or now you're even more into it?
No, I love it, and it's great to get paid to do what you love. Yeah, it was very easy because it's like I do things that I just love to do, and I would do them anyways.
So you'll never work a day in your life.
Right, exactly. I mean, the editing part is the work. That's a pain.
You do all the editing, or you have?
I did, but now I have an editor.
For YouTube or for both?
For both. I have one for YouTube and one for Instagram.
All right.
He's new. He's getting onboarded. So
You'll have to try one and then another one until you find the one that you love.
It's a lot.
We're not gonna say nothing about your actual one. All right, so let's talk about ideation. Where do the ideas come from? Like you go out and see what the world has for you, or you're
basically
the type of person that you write all the ideas and say, okay, I'm gonna do this one today. How's that process?
Basically, I've joined this community of people that love doing fun stuff. So I get invited to do things all the time, like gator hunting, hunting for frogs.
I saw that. I'll never go with you to do that.
Going spearfishing and traveling around the world doing it, because I get invited all over the place. But it's just been super, super easy, and I don't have to like do research of like what's trending or anything like that. I just go and do what I like doing. Yeah.
Is there a moment when you record something or you have a video and you watch it and you say like, I don't like this? Do you post everything, or is there times that you say, okay, this video is actually not gonna work, so I prefer not to do it?
I have a lot of content that I haven't posted.
We all do.
Yeah.
Like years of content.
Yeah, but like I'm starting to realize that I can't be so picky. And I just need to be posting. I need to be more consistent. With my editor now, I'm just like, if it's boring to you, it's gonna be boring to everybody. Yeah. So like, just make it not boring and just post it. Like I don't even wanna. I'll look at the final thing, make sure that it's okay.
That it makes sense to the narrative.
Right. But other than that, I try to not think about it so much anymore, because it's really stopped me from posting a lot more than I could have been posting a lot more, and I feel like all that content that I should have posted, it's kind of been wasted, you know?
Yeah. So sometimes it's not, you take advantage of trends, or
never.
Never trends.
I've never.
No, but maybe sounding trends, it has nothing, you don't think with it.
No. Maybe that's why I only have 100,000 subscribers.
No, or the other way around. That's why you have so.
Maybe.
For people, that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
a lot. We're just starting. We have like 100 in YouTube, so we're starting. In other channels, yeah, but it's a process.
Yeah.
I will always say that it's the compound effort. So just be consistent, do it, and it's gonna work. Mm-hmm. It's not gonna work at like the people think it's gonna be magic at the first month.
Right.
And no, it takes years. Like you've been how much time in this? Like 7-8 years here?
No, like
what?
I mean, including Instagram, maybe like 6 years.
And YouTube, 4
maybe
years.
4, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a long journey.
Yeah.
In terms of all this adventure content, there's always a side, like an educational side of things, or is it only pure entertainment? How do you balance that? People ask you for that, or you feel like people want to see more in depth some things?
It really depends on the video, because some I feel are pretty self-explanatory, but maybe that's just because I'm in the
being
industry.
Years in the thing, you think like it's normal, but
yeah. One of my plans is to get more in depth and to explain why I do things, because I do have people ask me like, why do you dive like this and not like that? Why do you rig your gun like this when other people rig it a different way? So people are curious, and they want to know, they want to learn, they want to know different techniques to find which one's best for them. So I think I'm definitely gonna be going more in depth in my videos.
How do you think to start that? Like, which subjects are you gonna start with? The one that from the comment section, or people get to you like on DMs, or how would you think you're gonna start that educational process?
Well, I already I have a bunch of obviously in the comments. I have a lot of people that ask me in person these questions. So I have a list, like a mental checklist basically, that I should just hit.
You don't have it like on a software or a Google sheet? Wow.
Not yet.
You're supernatural for this.
Yeah.
Like, there's people that have, I'm a planning freak, so I have like everything written down. So let's say on a regular video, like how's that process from start to finish? Like you start in the morning, okay. And you go out, you film, and until you have the end of the video, what happens and how much time it takes? It
depends on the day, honestly. And it depends what kind of content I'm filming. Like if I'm doing long form, obviously I need more content for that. If it's short form, I can just kind of go out, do something really quick, and then come back in. Yeah, it really depends. Really, it just depends on the activity. You know, there's no real structure to what I do. And sometimes you go out and there's nothing. Like, you know, you go diving and there's shootable fish, but I like to wait for like significant size fish.
Wow, because I've seen a lot of your long form videos, and the narrative it's really smooth.
Oh,
like,
thanks.
Yeah, it makes sense from start to finish. So I thought you were like scripting, or at least saying, okay, I have to start with this part, then this part, and that part, or it just flows.
No, I just I do consciously try to do an intro, obviously, and then if I'm diving, I try to get a shot of me, like I'll turn on my GoPro before I get into the water so that you can see that transition, like okay, now she's getting into the water. Then like another one where I start diving, obviously trying to get the shot of the fish. And
all the B-roll, that just happens on the way.
Yeah.
I wish I had that peace of mind when I'm gonna to do a video to shoot something. Nowadays, you think of YouTube, right? And then from YouTube, it goes to Instagram, and I think also TikTok.
Yeah.
It's the same content. You change it a little bit for Instagram, a little bit for TikTok, or it's just
right now
reusing.
I'm just blanket everything the same. I'll have my long form editor basically just upload a video, like the full video that goes on YouTube. I'll have him upload it to our shared folder with no music. So then my short form content editor can take that, cut certain pieces and make it into a reel, and I'll post those across the different networks.
You have way more views in long form than short form.
I used to, not anymore.
All right.
Now I have
Tell me
more.
a little bit about that.
So YouTube is not very friendly with the hunting crowd. You know, so I know a lot of creators who are in that niche that are being negatively affected because the people at YouTube just want people to shop at a grocery store apparently and not be self-sufficient. But you know, so that's been kind of hard because I used to make a lot more on YouTube than I'm making now. But Instagram, apparently, I don't know, my reels get a lot of views. Now my YouTube, since it's been suffering, is getting less.
I think that now Instagram and all meta things, they just are being more open. Like they were more closer before, and now it's like post whatever you want to post. And if socially people say, hey, this really is a bad thing, they maybe take you down, but it's not as before. I didn't thought of that because I'm not on that creation segment, let's say, but it makes sense. Are you taking a step back, like I'm not gonna be so brutally getting the catches, or maybe you don't put that many shots of those moments where you're
but that sucks. Like that's what it's all about, you know. And like it's about being self-sufficient and being able to feed your family, and it's just so unfortunate that they're being so discriminatory because it's really the best way to feed yourself. It's the healthiest way. You know exactly where it came from. The fish wasn't in some like cage or some like caught in a net, or it didn't suffocate in a cooler. It had a quick death.
Or like those salmons that are eating each other in the salmon forest.
Disgusting. And no antibiotics, no no additives. It's just, and you know how long it's taken to get from the ocean to your plate, you know?
Yeah, like 15 minutes.
Exactly. So it's really the best way to feed yourself and the most sustainable too. Like there's no bycatch. You take one shot, one fish. It's just so unfortunate that people can't see past their opinions, I guess, you know.
When you create these long forms, how do you measure like if they work or not? What's the metric you take in consideration to see, okay, this video worked or didn't work?
Just views and view duration. Short form also. Views.
You're not driving people from YouTube to another place. It's just you're focusing only on YouTube monetization.
Yeah.
Hey guys, just a quick break. If you want to learn what works and what doesn't in your content, you can test your videos and get real feedback from other creators on Growith. Download the app today and start improving. The link is in the description. Now, let's get back to the video. How would you describe your audience, like your ideal person?
My ideal audience or my current audience?
I would say both. Like first your ideal. What's your perfect? Who do you plan or think of when you're creating this content? Like your twin? No.
Yeah, basically. I'm like, well, Lauren like this. No, I mean, my ideal audience is just like, I guess maybe not people like me. I think it's more the person that like didn't realize
That we
how
have such a
fun that
wonderful-
something could do. Yeah, and that, you know, it's possible to just go out and do these things, because so many people are just so like stuck in their routine and stuck in like what they think society thinks they should be. Like, my mom definitely does not approve of what I do. My whole family thinks I'm totally nuts. All my old friends think I'm totally nuts, but you know, I'm just being me, and this is what I love to do. I've always been like an outdoor girl. I'm always barefoot. Like I've always catched lizards and snakes and all these different kinds of animals, like
Since a kid.
since a kid, and that's never changed.
And your actual real audience?
My actual real audience is
Miami all the way, or it's all over the world?
no, it's very international. Mostly United States. I have a lot of people also in Turkey, because
Yeah.
yeah.
Never expect that answer.
Yeah,
In
'cause-
Turkey. Wow. Yeah.
They're such nice people, like really great people. But I did a collaboration with Swat Yigit, he's a champion fisherman there.
Okay.
So I gained a lot of Turkish followers from his audience.
Okay. Amazing.
Yeah.
And they do English perfectly, or you get comments in Turkish?
I get Turkish comments, and they want their Turkish subtitles, but a lot of them do speak
amazing.
English. Yeah.
Amazing. Another place that you want to mention? Another country?
Australia, I have a good amount
of course,
there. Yeah.
The most outdoor people in the world.
Right. Exactly.
Have you noticed patterns in which videos resonate more? Is there a special category that you say, okay, this will always work for you?
I've noticed that people really enjoy when I'm like out of the water a lot more, and like talking to them more, so that they kind of feel like they're with me there.
Yeah, like your close friend.
Yeah. And so that was nice. Like I had some videos in Alaska where
I saw that you were you didn't fish or caught nothing special, but you
Right.
had the best time of your life. Yeah.
So much fun. A lot of the filming was done outside of the water. And I think people really liked coming on that journey.
The fun part, monetization. So what's your main channel for this monetization?
YouTube.
100%, 80%,
I would say, yeah, like 80%.
and the rest is a mix of brand
Instagram and
deals.
TikTok. Yeah.
Regarding YouTube, that 80% comes from advertisement or comes from subscription? Because I saw that you have a subscription tier.
Membership. Yeah. No, mostly from doing brand deals. That's the.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really intrigued because you're the first time I saw something. Like you have a special subscription, like come fish with me.
Yeah.
Is that how many people you have there? Like, are they?
No one yet.
No one. Okay, I was like, wow, but that. I've never seen a creator doing that. Like, all right, so you guys, you can be the first one.
Yeah.
How do you choose brands? Because I guess that in your actual state, like a lot of brands come to you.
Mm.
Like, how do you say, okay, I'm gonna work with you and with you, no? How's that? And like that conversation or communication with the brands?
Basically, I'm not going to do business with somebody that I wouldn't use their product myself.
Yeah.
I built this trust with my viewers, and I'm not going to lose that just
Of
because of a brand deal. So I'd rather not put a commercial in my video than to put something that I don't really believe in.
And if it's a brand that you've never heard of it, of the brand before, but they come out with a really cool product, and I'm like, okay, I'm really intrigued.
Yeah.
Do you test it? And if you don't like it, you don't do the deal?
Yeah.
How's that?
Exactly.
Have
yeah.
you-
I'll tell them, send me the product.
product.
I'll try it out. We'll go
If it
from
works,
there.
it works, and
Yeah.
if it doesn't.
Yeah, if I don't like it, I'm not going to be promoting it.
What would you say is your dream, your ever dream brand? I don't know if you already have worked with it or not, but what's the best brand you could ever dream of?
Oh man, definitely. It would definitely be a boat sponsorship.
Yeah.
Like,
If they give you a boat, it's fine.
yeah. Then I made it. That would be awesome.
There's a lot of brands that are pushing into short form.
Mm-hmm.
Is it something that you have felt like, hey, we want to work with you, but we don't want YouTube, we want short form?
Yeah, a lot of people have asked for short form.
And they think it's going to be cheaper if they do short form? No, that's something I'm
Probably, yeah, and it is a little bit cheaper than the long form. But yeah, I mean, they've asked for short form, long form, and it also depends on, the price depends on rights and usage and exclusivity, all of that.
And you get brands that they pay you for the content, but not for you to post it, but for them to post it on.
Sometimes, yeah.
You don't, we pay you, but
Yeah.
you cannot post.
Yeah.
We're gonna post.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I think that's called UGC.
Yeah,
User-generated
UGC,
content.
yeah. And that doesn't happen. That's like what, 5-10% of the time, or it's starting to be something.
I've only done one of those so far. I have one that I'm negotiating now, but it's few and far between.
I love YouTube. I'm now obsessed with YouTube. So let's talk about, for YouTube, there's a thing that is called the packaging of the video. That is the mix of the thumbnail and the title.
Mm-hmm.
So you do the video first, or you do the thumbnail and the title first, and then figure out the video?
Video first. Always video first. Yeah.
I do completely opposite. Like I think of the title, and if I like the title, then I think of the thumbnail, and then if everything works, then you do the video. Of course, for your category, I can understand how, okay, let's first get the video, and then we see how we package that.
Mm-hmm.
You have an editor for that? You do it yourself? How's that?
I have someone who does the thumbnail, and then I do the title and description and all that.
Have you learned something in the way of how to improve titles and thumbnail, or is it a work in progress, or just
it's a work in progress, definitely.
God's will?
Yeah, again, I'm not very good at looking at the data and being like, oh, this worked, that worked. But I have a friend in the YouTube game who he was like, Lauren, you have to stop putting people in your thumbnails. Just keep you. That's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, fine.
So you don't do A/B testing when you're posting thumbnails?
Not yet, no. I've thought about it, but usually I'm just so because I've been trying to post more often now. I don't get the video with much time to really.
You prefer doing a part 1, part 2 than?
No, so I send my editor the content, and then by the time he sends me a finished video after we've done all the revisions and stuff, I basically have to post it the next day. So I don't have a lot of time to be like messing with too many versions of thumbnails and stuff like that. So I send my thumbnail editor the full version and ask him try to find a clip there that might work for a thumbnail. So I'm not very good at taking thumbnails either.
The thumbnail comes exactly from a frame of the video.
Most of the time, yeah.
Wow. I always do pictures. I'm going to tell you after. We got to do picture for the thumbnail.
I try to remember, but I get so into my activity that I'm just living in the moment. And it's so many times
Look,
I'm I didn't take a photo.
I have it here. Do a photo shoot for the thumbnail.
Yeah. I know. I have to. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I remember. I'm like, oh, can you take a thumbnail photo? And then I'm like, I did it this time.
So how do you see the evolution of short form and long form? How do you see the future of that? You see yourself doing the same type of content, or is it something that it's going to evolve, let's say on a series of every video has to keep the story from the next one? Or how do you see the future of long form and short form?
I think people's attention spans kind of fluctuate. I think right now we're at a point where people have very
limited
short attention span. But I foresee it kind of changing and people getting back into long form and really appreciating
YouTube is reviving like crazy.
Yeah, I think it'll get better. But for now, I think short form is definitely a good way to go, especially on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
But I have heard that a lot of people on YouTube who started with long form and then started incorporating short form, that they're really regretting it.
Yeah?
Yeah, because YouTube was trying to basically compete with TikTok, Instagram, and so they were pushing short form content, and a lot of those videos were going viral, and then YouTube stopped promoting their long form content, which is where you make all the money. And so a lot of my friends have said, do not post shorts, do not post YouTube shorts. If you have a channel and it only posts shorts, okay, fine, but maybe even make a new channel just for shorts and keep your long form content on a separate account.
What's one thing you wish you would have known when you started doing video? Like
One
an
thing I
advice for
wish
your
I-
younger or your starting creator
My
journey?
beginner self. Basically, just don't be such a perfectionist.
It's
you
better
know?
done than perfect.
It's better done than perfect, for sure. Because I would go like months without posting anything because I was just like,
I don't like that
I don't
angle,
like
the
it.
lighting, the this.
yeah,
that,
being super picky, and so that's just
And for somebody that wants to jump into the travel adventure niche, what would you advise for them?
just go for it. Like
Have fun and,
like if you're having fun, then your audience is gonna have fun.
and document it.
Exactly, exactly.
What do you think are the biggest mistakes people do in your niche, creators?
I think it's a universal mistake
Yeah.
because people, when you get into your niche, you know it front and back, so you kind of forget that other people don't because you're so immersed in it. When I talk about certain gear, people might not know what I'm talking about. So I think just basically doing a better job of explaining
One-on-one.
like the basics.
One-on-one.
Like you really have to like imagine someone has never been on a boat before, you know, so maybe they don't even know what a throttle is. I doubt it, but you know.
No, and I see you
What's
guys
a
when
slip
when
tip,
you do the
you know?
nuts.
Yeah.
It's like blah blah blah, so easy. And I can be there like 20 minutes, like how did she? If you had to start all over again today, what would you do differently?
I would probably try to avoid showing, I guess, too much blood because YouTube has been like really unfriendly towards those who do. So probably that, and just doing more content out of the water, being more diverse, I guess.
Right.
Spearfishing is such a niche,
Yeah.
you know.
I guess that you were like 1-2 years in everything below water,
Yeah.
and suddenly one day like, oh, because I saw your recipe videos and they're really cool.
Thanks.
They're actually really cool. And I think for the attention span that people have, like I prefer some days. I just prefer like, hey, I have this recipe. I have a lobster. I saw the lobster recipe. It was like really cool. All right, so Lauren, it was amazing. I'm really now wanting to go into the water. So thanks
Whenever
for being.
you want, you come.
If you want to learn more about Lauren, we're gonna leave all her accounts below. So check the description, and we'll see you on the next video.
Bye.